Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to an honestly very hard challenge. In the last episode, Orion put himself right in the line of danger when he was trying to protect his family from a bearyeena attack. The bearyeena had spawned right behind the nest here, so poor little Vine had a lot of trouble running away. He only has one gem to his name, so he can't get very far, and that meant somebody had to put themselves between him and the danger. Orion came in just in the nick of time, and while we assumed that he would probably meet a very unfortunate end, it turned out the bearyeena was a little bit too distracted for his own good, probably dazzled by those grand peacock tails that they have. So now we have a feast. Orion can enjoy one last family meal here. We'll have him go ahead and use his last turn to collect this heap of meat, and he can give it to his baby, both of his mates. This is definitely a day for celebration, especially considering what could have taken place. So I feel like the best place for us to go next is probably back here in Kingsley's kingdom, where they're currently dealing with another one of the bearyenas too. This one actually spawned a little bit earlier, and we've basically been leading it in circles around here. Sybil is far too far away to land her attacks, so it's been up to Dreamer and Zara to lure it deeper into their land. Sybil was going to see if maybe she could land a quick sneak attack, but it seems like wrapping her way all the way around this tree is going to take far too long. So she's going to have to find a way to weasel past her mate, who is not too happy that she's putting herself back in the line of danger. He's actually wondering if maybe it was the previous battle that caused them to lose their baby, and since she does have a few more days to go before she can build another nest, he is just super worried about her. It's kind of sweet really, because this is never the sort of personality that he would have shown before. She really changed him, and I think it was for the better. Now if only he would let her actually do her job. I suppose if we decide to move Ben, maybe we could even bring him back toward the swamps again, because I'm sure he knows he was on the right track. She might be able to skitter into this spot instead, and that would probably be a better place to set her up. Assuming that the bearyeena doesn't decide to go toward her instead. In fact, Dreamer, maybe we should have you take a few swipes? Just one, so that it should be distracted. I kind of figure since these two are so good at bunny hunting, they're probably very used to dancing around these grasses. They might even dance in circles around him to get him really mixed up. But if we have Dreamer jump all the way back here, we're going to have to put a little bit more distance between them, I think. Zara, you grab the extra berries, then you can jump back here too, and light up the way for Dreamer to get to safety. That's about 3 tiles of distance between them. That's not a lot. In fact, that has me a little bit worried. These guys get around very quickly, especially in the open savannas like this. Well, Ben, we're definitely going to have to move you. The bearyeena has been locked to you so far, so all we really need you to do is shake its trail. Let's bring you back up here, back to where you first saw the bearyeena actually. You can grab some berries too, and then skitter into the darkness once more. Oh, alerting the guardian moles. Oh, I hope the bearyeena didn't hear that. That's all we need, the guardian moles, to let him know where Ben is hiding. See, I still think there has to be some sort of connection between the bearyeena and Mulberry. It seems far too coincidental that it popped up now when Ben was trying to summon his mother's spirit. Well, fingers crossed we'll see some rain before the end of this episode, because then he should be able to find some bugs to truly summon his mother. Now, Sybil, how are we going to weasel you past Kingsley? I'm still not sure if we want to set her up here after all. That is very close. I mean, one wrong move and we're goners. Well, Kingsley, if you scoot back here, we could at least bring Sybil over to this spot. And I suppose if you clear out the grasses around her, you might be willing to let her do this after all. As long as she has an easy escape route, because you know how hard it is for her with her frog toes. That's the other thing that I'm a little bit concerned about too. I guess it's probably guaranteed that we'll see babies with the normal hind legs, right? Unless maybe Icebreaker had the frog toes in his inactive traits, but that's the curse that all of their babies will have. Long story short, we're just going to have to keep some very good track of the family tree in this series. We know every baby that Sybil has is going to have a trace of the frog toes in them, and that could last for many generations. The same would go for Jasmine and Pixie too, so we would want to make sure that we don't breed anybody from their family with somebody from Sybil's. But why don't we see if we can find any more food around here, since neither of these two are ready to have their babies yet? Oh, Mr. Peaceful Pear! You are literally sitting right on top of a roux. And I'm not sure if Pixie's going to be able to scoot her way over there to get it. Oh, she would probably terrify him too. We know that she can be a very intimidating creature. Well, since Pixie's over here keeping track of Vine, I suppose we could have Jasmine hop her way over to try to pick up the roux. Yeah, unfortunately it didn't work. I'm not really surprised though. He's probably a bit too distracted because Jade is just about to have her baby too. She can settle down on one of these nests tonight, right where her very own mother gave birth to her so many days ago. And of course under that watchful eye of the Peaceful Bear too. The saddest part is, this is going to be the very last baby that our Peaceful Bear will ever get the chance to protect. I guess it's kind of fitting that it's Jade's baby in a way. I'm sure that Jade really reminds him of Mist. Those two were clearly the best of friends, so I'm sure when he passes, he's going to end up right at her side. And I guess that means this Peaceful Bear is going to be the first non-nicheling creature amongst our deities. I wouldn't consider him to be a full deity himself, but more like Miss Totem in a way. Almost like a protective charm, like a little teddy bear or something that she keeps next to her at all times. Okay, that is actually adorable. She does have this whole dream thing going for her too. I could totally see her cuddling up right next to a little teddy bear. Well, we only have a few more creatures to move now. And you know, Yuri, you should probably go to Jade's side as well. We'll have you pick up one of these extra acorns and bring it right over to the nest. That way she'll have some food to eat too. She has plenty of friends to keep her company, actually, and that's all that she really could have asked for. She even has some new additions to her tribe as well. Kaya, who is being led by Toxin, and I guess that they would probably be the best ones to go after that roux. Let's have Toxin lead her daughter to the heart of the tribe. Oh, and since she's so fast, she can actually lunge all the way over here and grab that root for everybody. And then I guess you can grab some of those extra poison berries too. You're going to have us up above 200 pieces of food in no time. And I guess that just leaves Toxin to keep track of the bunnies, since they've all moved over here from the savannas. Oh, wait a second. Oh, the skittish pink rogue male. You seem to have found the Banana Kingdom. I wonder if maybe we should just skip the day then, and have Zara take a swipe so he doesn't end up breeding with her. The only other creature we have left to move is Chess back here. He's still searching desperately for Evie, but he did manage to find a pretty big feast out here the other day. So I guess we'll let him rest for a little while longer, and we'll just go back to Jade to see what her baby's going to look like. Oh wait, or should we go back to the bearyena? Ooh, that's a tricky one. I don't want to accidentally miss one of our creatures passing away, but I also don't want to miss this baby just in case it passes away too. Well, I have full faith in you guys. I'm sure nothing will go wrong back here. Let's just see if Mist is going to pull through for us this time, and ensure that her daughter's baby is going to be healthy. Well, it seems to be, but I think I also see 2 no-paws. Oh, Rascal. Oh, what a name for you. How fitting too. On the very same day that Orion passed away, we have yet another baby in our midst who has 2 no-paws. But Orion was an incredibly big help to his tribe. He did so much for us, so it's not like this is something that our tribe would see as too big of a hindrance. At the very least, he can go around and build the pathways for us. And goodness knows we need to connect more of our camps. Oh, and Sybil, look at this. Oh my gosh, I think your plan actually worked. The bearyena is right in front of you. You could definitely take it down. But first, this rogue male needs to be sent packing. Actually, I'm not entirely sure that Zara's going to be able to do the trick. I do remember there being a slight situation on the Islands of Discord, where Seafoam's attack didn't scare the rogue males at all. Zara is not quite as intimidating as Pixie is. In fact, she's far more stealthy, so maybe she would try to slink away. As far away as we can possibly take her. And you too, Dreamer. We'll have you go back here into the grasses as we have Sybil land her swipes. Maybe you're going to have to do the same for the rogue male, though. Oh no, he is going to keep following us, isn't he? Well, I guess that's what Kingsley is here for, at least. If we bring Zara all the way back here... Oh, now you're not going to come over. It's because you see Kingsley waiting with his big ram horns, isn't it? Well, if he does hop a little bit closer, Kingsley will put an end to this once and for all. And likewise, Sybil, let's make sure that you land that extra swipe, taking care of the bearyena too. We could probably have Kingsley jump down here to grab the meat. I was really hoping that he was going to stay there. Oh, he is so skittish. Honestly, the poor thing. He's been here almost as long as we have, and he never found any love. But with yet another bearyena under your belt, I think you're going to be ready to have your baby now. You can build a nice big comfy nest right underneath your feet, and underneath the second tree this time. Far away from your previous resting place, so hopefully this will provide the new start that you need. Now I wonder if Ben could use a little bit of an escort, since we do want to create a little bit more distance between our females and the rogue male. Maybe we could have them help him clear out the grasses over here. And you know, I just noticed? We actually have a pretty interesting nest over here, completely surrounded by thorns. You know, if this doesn't work, if this baby still ends up being sick, maybe we'll have her try out this permanent nest over here. So close to mist and her influence, surely she would be able to protect the baby then. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. So Ben, you better come over here too and make sure you clear out every last bit of grass here. We'll have Zara settle down right next to our friend, and we'll see if you guys can find any more danger, because something tells me Mulberry won't be pleased. Now, the healing fruit has not grown back yet, so that means it's not time for Pixie to have her baby. She still has one more day to go though before she can even settle down. So instead, I guess that means you might as well search for a few more roots out here. See if you can find any more lurking by the bunnies, perhaps. I wonder if maybe Toxin could help her find some. She knows quite a bit about root collecting after all, and she probably doesn't want to stray too far away from her daughter. So as we call Jasmine back to her baby's side to make sure that Fine doesn't get swept away by those pesky bluebirds. Are you the only bluebird we have left out here? Oh, interesting. Maybe that means that you guys will finally see some peace after all. It seems like the bluebirds circle around wherever the most frenzy is taking place. So you better start hopping, Pixie. If there's still danger to be found around here, then something tells me you're gonna run into it first. I guess we could probably settle Kaya down right between these two berry bushes. That would provide her with plenty of berries to pick for her tribe mates. Probably more than she can even pick up with her one runner's leg, but she'll try her best all the same. And as for Yuri, I wonder if he's starting to feel a little paternal flutter in his heart after all. He never thought that he would be very good with kids, but now that he sees his little baby right in front of him, well, he can't help it if his heart is melting. I guess that might even give Jade a little bit of time to creep on over here to see if she can grab another one of those acorns. That one's a little bit far away though. I don't want her to be too far away from the peaceful bears since this is his very final day. We want him to be surrounded by his family too. And bunnies galore. Go ahead and take a swipe at this one if you can. At least that's 1 day's worth of damage taken off of its lifespan. Though to be honest, it seems like Chess is going to have to do most of the work, if he ever gets himself out of this terrible mess. All of these thick weeds. He came down here to see if he could find any fish too, but so far it seems like he's not so lucky. Oh, there we go. There's a couple of fish. Now, are you brave enough to see if you can scoop one up for yourself? I am a little bit cautious because there is the potential that a leech could swim up the stream here. We haven't had any trouble with leeches yet, so I would hate to see Chess be the one to fall victim to it. And still no sign of the wanderer? Oh, Evie, where did you go? She had so long on her lifespan too. She'll be wandering these grasses for ages unless she makes her way back to the tribe. Though I guess the rogues get around pretty quickly too, so there's still hope somewhere. But aside from that, I think we're just about all out of turns. All we could really do is, well, not have Toxin attack the bird. That would be awfully helpful if you could, though. I guess we'll have her skid around over to her daughter's side, and then we'll go ahead and skip the day. So let's go all the way back to Sybil this time. And cross our fingers that this one is going to be healthy. Well, he's not a banana, but he does appear to be okay. Oh, thank goodness he's actually not sick. He looks like a savanna baby for sure. Volt, okay. Full of energy, maybe? He's going to be hard for his father to pin down, isn't he? The one problem is he's not exactly the strongest. Not at all just a 1 in attack. All he's going to be able to do is pick up the berries and the coconuts. He's not exactly the guard that we were hoping for, but he does blend in very, very well with his savanna scenery. You have to give him that at least. So I guess he'll be good at hiding away in the grasses if any danger does show up. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? A defender bear all the way out here? Oh my gosh, did you just spawn because our peaceful bear passed away? Oh, we are so lucky that he wasn't breathing down our necks when we had that bearyena out here. Can you imagine? Maybe that's why he's showing up. He heard that there was too much of violence taking place over here in Kingsley's kingdom. Not to mention all of the bunnies that we've taken down. Oh, Dreamer and Zara, are you guys going to be on his wanted list? Oh, we have to get you out of here fast. Dreamer, it might be time for you to pack up every last root that you can carry, every last one that you can get your paws on, and then help Zara escape. I mean, at least Ben doesn't have anything to worry about. He's only tried to take a swipe at a bunny once, and it didn't exactly end too well for him, so I don't think that the defender bear could fault him for that. So I guess you're going to stay behind to clear out the grasses after all? We'll have you scooch on over here so you can pick up the grasses between these two lands, perhaps. Oh, that's interesting. Now you have direct access to the back door of the main part of camp. Well, Kingsley would be glad to hear that. I'm sure that's not exactly what Ben is thinking, though. He certainly doesn't seem like the conniving sort to me. We could have Zara help you one last time, just to make sure that you'll be okay without her. And then we probably want to move you down here, because I don't want you to get any closer to that defender bear than you have to. Oh, Sybil and you? Like, I truly do not like setting up our creatures so close to the bears like this. You are a brand new bear, right? Yeah, 1 day old. This is just a baby bear, guys. This is exactly what baby defender bears look like. So that means he shouldn't know about any wars with the bearyenas out here. He shouldn't know about our bunny hunting habits. And Sybil should be okay. We could even unbury him from the grass so we can see him nice and clear. Oh, Kingsley, I don't know about this. Let's actually move her over here so you can stand right here instead. Just in case he gets really, really crazy and decides to go after Volt or something. That would be a tragedy for sure. Oh, and our peaceful bear. There's his remains. Jade, I feel like it's only right if you collect them. Grab that acorn, jump on over here and pick up every last bit of that meat. We'll set those remains to rest, so we'll always have a way to remember our peaceful bear friend. It is going to be so sad without him, and so scary too. Like, I am only a little bit mildly terrified of what's going to spawn in the darkness now that we don't have anything to keep our babies safe. You know, Toxin? Maybe it would be a good idea for you to return to your old home. Now we're going to need somebody to watch after the tree, especially while Jade is still taking care of her newborn baby. Oh, and the healing fruit has grown back too. Excellent, so that means Pixie should be safe to have her baby now? We will have to have her hop her way over there though, after she picks up this root right here. So maybe on the next turn she can munch on that before she has her baby. But of course first her sister is going to have to repair that nest. And I guess this is something that Vine himself can watch. Maybe he'll learn how to repair nests too, assuming that we have enough nesting material to continue creating more. You know, he was the only one of Orion's babies that actually got to meet him, so I'm sure he's going to take that in pride. It makes me wonder if he's going to be a little bit reckless as he grows, after he watched his father so valiantly try to sacrifice himself for his family. He's going to be a little spitfire for sure, always trying to live up to Orion's image. For now, let's have him toddle on back to this fresh nest so he can get a good night's sleep, I guess. And we'll bring Jasmine over here so she can light up a little bit more of the space. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Is this a rogue male invasion or what? This one right here is definitely the pink one. Oh, and you're the orange one again. These two familiar rogue male faces that we keep running into time and time again. Kingsley, you are seriously going to have to send them packing. Though that might be a little bit difficult with this situation now. I was kind of hoping that the ladies could make their way down to the shore, too. I figured this would be a good place for them to hide out until the defender bear goes away. But not if we're going to have rogue male invaders on our hands. Maybe we should consider breeding you two now then, just in case. That way, hopefully, the rogue males will leave us alone. And then all we should really have left is Yuri and Chess. Oh, we probably should have taken your turns a little bit earlier, huh? Do you still see your fish down there? It looks like they're on this tile now, so grab a couple while you still have the chance. I wonder if all that splashing around in the water will be enough to lure Evie closer. In fact, I wonder if she made her way all the way down to the beach. I'd be more willing to test that out if we had a traveling partner for him, because again, if he finds a leech, he is done. Chess is pretty important too because he doesn't have a no pawn, and that's more than we can save for plenty of creatures in our tribe. Yuri, let's see if there are any berries left on this bush. Nope, not a single one. Why am I not surprised? You know, you might actually have to lead your own force against these bunnies. Maybe it's time that you put together a little army too. And did I actually see? Oh, it looks like the rogue male is still lurking around these parts. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. He's watching you from the shadows to make sure that you're still taking care of his baby, I guess. Rascal is going to be just fine, though. We'll have him scoot on over here to the same place where the peaceful bear passed away. And now I think we should be just about ready to skip the day here. It looks like everybody is all tired out. So let's see what's going to happen with this defender bear. You're not going to attack any of our creatures, right? We've all been good. There's no reason for you to be upset. Did I hear another growl, though? Was that just the bear? No, it was another bearyena? Oh gosh, you guys, this was my worst fear. The peaceful pair is gone, and now the bearyenas are coming for our home. So I guess that means that bunny hunting is going to have to wait, Yuri. Now you have a family to protect. We'll have you scoop up the berries at least, because I'm sure you can't resist that. But then we'll have you jump on up here. So if the bearyena does get a little bit too close, at least you can jump in front of the baby to protect him. And you know, likewise, let's make sure that we breed Jade with you now. We're going to take the risk and see if we can get that double nimble-fingered baby. But aside from that, who knows if he's going to be alive after this. You know, Toxin, this might actually be your time to shine. You have a 2 in attack, which is a little bit more than most of the other tribe mates here. And I think you should be far enough away from the defender bear that it shouldn't notice. If we could set Toxin up in just the right place, I think we could probably poison the bearyena on this turn. So it's truly just like when you were fighting with Crash back when you first met him. It's even in the same place too. History repeating itself time and time again. So use that scorpion tail of yours to attack the bearyena, and that is certainly going to alert it to our presence. That means it should probably be attached to you now, Kaya. So let's see if we can set you up somewhere near the berry bushes. It'll have a longer way to go around if it wants to get to you then. Right about here should probably be far enough. Right in front of the baby too, so Rascal should be safe. We could even have Toxin hop right over here, so she should be ready to attack too on the next turn. And that leaves Rascal literally just surrounded by warriors. And this time, let's make sure that we drag Chess a little bit further away from the water, just in case, Chess. Grab a couple more of those fish because I'm sure you can't resist, and then you'll back your way into the shade of the tree. Sniff around one last time. Any sign of Evie? Not a single one. Oh, that is so disappointing. You're gonna have to see if you can find somebody else to come all the way out here with you. Maybe if you find some good resources out here too, that would make it more likely to get somebody on your side. Now all that should be left over here is to have Fine scoot his way out of the nest. You're getting a little bit too big for it, I'm afraid. And Pixie needs to use it anyways. We'll have her jump in here, and then grab that healing fruit for good luck. That means we'll have to wait again for the next one to grow before Jasmine has her baby. Even though she's ready, we have to make sure we keep up on this ritual. I feel like it's probably the only thing that made Fine so healthy as it is. I guess we could probably have her scoot a little bit further away too. Oh, really? That's where the bunny is? I was hoping maybe she could surprise one. It looks like there is still a bunny down here though, so grab that for us and you can bring it back to Fine on the next turn. Unfortunately, you guys aren't so fortunate. All you can really do is pick your berries and hope for the best. Well, the orange rogue male has moved on, but I don't see the pink one anymore, so we're still going to have to be super careful going forward. Let's have Dreamer jump down here. We could have her sniff through the grasses, see if she can sense anybody lurking, and so far so good. It looks like it's safe for you to move, Zara. Not to mention we have tons of roots here to collect too, so this probably seems like paradise to you, Dreamer. It's not as though you and your friend are going to go hungry. Maybe we could even find a good permanent home for you both. Oh, what about over here? It's super close to the mountain ports. They have some coconut trees. Oh, you may have found the perfect home after all. We'll see if we can find any dangers in this darkness. Have any rogue males already claimed this land? Well, there are a few bunnies, and wherever there are bunnies, you know there are berry bushes for sure. So yeah, we'll have them check that out as soon as they can. Maybe we should even have Kingsley move Volt down the cliffs. That would put a little bit more distance between them and the Defender Bear. Actually, why don't we go ahead and pack up this nest too? We'll have Kingsley do the honors this time, so Sybil can get a bit of rest. She might as well just go ahead and pick up the grasses around here, because she probably still assumes that she's going to build another nest soon. But Ben has other plans for her, and if he could only lure her away from his brother long enough to explain, I'm sure she would be willing to give this whole ritual a try. He's doing a pretty good job of making sure that it's as safe as can be. Oh, that always has me so worried. Like, I know he hasn't attacked anyone. I know that he's been good. But I don't like standing this close to a Defender Bear. I'm just afraid that he's going to lash out and destroy us all, because I have heard that these creatures can be very finicky. But I think we should be ready to skip the day again. We'll leave these two right next to the baby for now. And we'll zoom in on Pixie here to see if her baby is going to be just as lucky as Vine. Oh, the big ears. Oh my gosh, that is actually very surprising. Little Kipu the chocolate bunny, with frog toes to hop on and everything. Well, that's a good sign. At least Orion was able to find some healthy partners to have a family with. The only unfortunate part is their lack of strength. I guess going forward, that's probably what we're going to have to focus on the most. Just making sure that all of our strongest genes are continuing to survive. So Sybil's family is probably going to be our most important. Especially if we are truly going off into the mountains. I'm pretty sure that the mountains were what most of you wanted to see, but once we're ready to leave, I will make a poll so we can decide officially. Bearyenas are one thing, but in the mountains, we have the ram foxes to fight, we have the balance bears, we'll probably run into some bearyenas too. and every other manner of danger that could possibly pop up between the snowdrifts. Even the risk of freezing itself. Of course, now that we clearly have the big ears in our genes, that would be much more suited to the savanna biome. I guess this could possibly be the oasis, so we would need to make sure that we have creatures who are good at fishing too. And that means you really need to track down Evie. Maybe that's where she wandered off to. Maybe if we do decide to set sail for the oasis, we'll find her wandering around there too. But in the next episode, we'll see if Ben can successfully summon the spirit of his mother. Then maybe the sticky tongue will live on in their kingdom too. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!